she said, I don't have anything to say. And I was like, wait, in the Title IX case where sports were supposed to be equal for men and women, she was the plaintiff in that case as a young girl. I'm like, how can you not tell a story about how you've grown and now you're a VP of marketing for a $60 million company? How can you not tell that story? And so it's surprising where leaders find that they feel hesitant. So one of the things we do is we say, you don't have to be on Instagram. You don't have to be on Twitter. You don't have to be on Facebook or any other social media platform. You have to be on LinkedIn. And the reason is it's 100% your employees, customers, partners, vendors, all of them are on LinkedIn.
Welcome, folks. I've got Richard Bliss from Bliss Point Consulting with me. I've become a fan within a very short amount of time for Richard's. I mean, he's talked about personal branding, social media, especially in the legal industry. Generally, there's very polarized points of view of whether lawyers should be in the social media or not. And with that sort of polarized question, Richard, I would maybe if you can introduce yourself and talk a little bit about how are you doing this?
Social media is I want to say it's a misnomer because it shouldn't be so much of it is media, video, images, GIFs or GIFs. It's actually GIF. Otherwise, argument for GIF. Which it means, but on LinkedIn, that's not what's going on here. And so when it comes to building your personal brand, oftentimes we can say, oh, I've got to be like a young person and out there on social media all the time. Where executives know. You just even participating in the conversations. And LinkedIn is where 100% of your customers are LinkedIn. They're not all on Instagram, they're not all on TikTok, but 100% of them are LinkedIn. So you as a lawyer have the opportunity of participating in conversations introduce you to an audience, to vendors, to customers, to partners, to fellow employees. LinkedIn's a platform where you do that.
And so tell me a little bit about yourself. How did you discover this? Why hasn't everybody else? I mean, I guess sometimes I was like, maybe we should have good career counselors. How did you get into this?
Well, I've been a software executive for many years in the variety of companies. And then a little over 10 years ago, I was the chief marketing officer for an international company, and they fired me. And they gave my job to my wife. Awkward. Okay, it was very awkward. Now I'm just but I was the face of my industry. I was traveling and willing to everybody knew. And so all of a sudden I was placed in a very difficult situation where I had to literally reinvent myself. Because all of the network I had built up wasn't going to benefit. And so I took the time to learn podcasting. I wrote a book. I started social media, LinkedIn, Twitter, and I did this in such a way because I was practicing. And then what happened is I got noticed because I was after doing this. A very large organization reached out and said, would you come and be a mentor to our co-chairman at years that you could know social, you know technology, you've been an executive, you can write, you live in Silicon Valley, and you're unemployed. Would you like to come and take on this role? And I did, and that led me then to the general counsel wanting me to help, and then the head of sales, and then it just became more and more. And so today, I've been doing this now for long enough that I have an opportunity of working with lawyers, general counsel, but also the executives that they're interacting with in such a way that I understand the pain points they have and what's holding them back from being successful.
Oh, that's wonderful. So let me ask you,
part of that, me getting fired, getting my job, part of that was not.
I know there was lots of awkward moments of that if you had to find one of those. But like, I wanted to ask you this question because I'm sure the folks who are sort of the traditional term used brain makers or want to be there and want to sell stuff. So, I mean, there's a stigma associated to LinkedIn where it's like, if you want to sell or if you want to get a job, that's the only reason you're being on LinkedIn. What's your thoughts?
Well, the answer is yes. A lot of selling happens and a lot of job hunting happens. But there are certain differences about LinkedIn from all of the other social media platforms that allows you to interact with an audience in an extremely different manner. It allows you to participate in conversations. It allows you to build up a relationship. It allows you to get to know someone in a safe, open environment. It's kind of like at this EVA conference. I do a lot of social stalking. And so I look everybody up first. And that's where LinkedIn is the hardest platform to live. social media is full of all kinds of lies, right? They're white lies. Maybe my house doesn't quite get back. Maybe the car I'm driving is a rental. Maybe I'm not on a vacation in, right, Santorini. But what happens on LinkedIn is I can't tell people I'm going to be at Microsoft. I mean, I can, because there's a unique opportunity here to build relationships that are legitimate, genuine, but they are online. And you can't really do that on Facebook, TikTok, or Twitter.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, I think that by inference, I mean, we're also saying that builds trust faster because
Yes.
you know the information. It's not those dating sites where the picture doesn't match. Although the picture may be different, I know.
I think I looked at your LinkedIn profile. I don't think it matches.
That's true. But this is exciting. So yes, I've got with me Richard Bliss from Bliss Point Consulting, and you talk about in the Legal Ops, where we're at the Legal Ops conference, and Richard has been a big part of that, educating all the Legal Ops community. I would say social media, but I know there's a correction coming.
Yeah.
Social media, personal branding. So talk to me a little bit about that. I mean, what should we, as a legal industry or lawyers, should be running away from social media because there's, it can't be controlled.
There's a stigma associated with it. And a lot of it has to do, when I work with lawyers, when I work with GCs, when I work with executives, there are three myths that are in their head. One, it takes too much time. And that's because they see young people living their life on social media. Like, I don't have time for that. Number two, it's all self-promotion. And they're like, well, that's not me. I'm just going to do my job. And number three is, this is the shocking one. They don't think they have anything to say.
Wow.
And to give you an example, I was working with one executive, and she said, I don't have anything to say. And I was like, wait, in the Title IX case where sports were supposed to be equal for men and women, she was the plaintiff in that case as a young girl. I'm like, how can you not tell a story about how you've grown and now you're a VP of marketing for a $60 million company? How can you not tell that story? And so it's surprising where leaders find that they feel hesitant. So one of the things we do is we say, you don't have to be on Instagram, you don't have to be on Twitter, you don't have to be on Facebook or any other social media platform. You have to be on LinkedIn. And this thing is, it's 100% your employees, customers, partners, vendors, all of them are on LinkedIn.
Wow.
And as an attorney, this is your opportunity to participate in the conversations that are important to your audience. So you don't have to be a guru and get, influencer on LinkedIn, but do take the time to go find those conversations where you can add value and give augment, support, and add to it. And this is the different mentality you have to think about LinkedIn from all the other social media platforms.
Oh, that's awesome. How does somebody get started, and does everybody need to build a following of 1,000 people or 2,000 people?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions here. Let me try answering them. The answer is you don't have to build a massive following. The answer is you can take some very simple steps to real influence. You don't have to be an influencer. You don't have to be creating content every day. Instead, LinkedIn treats your activity differently. Here's what I'm going to explain. If you see right now, go to your feed right now, and if you look, you'll see all of these posts that aren't anybody you know, where your first two connections are commenting and engaging in the conversation. But what do those comments usually say? Awesome. Congrats.
Thumbs up.
Thanks. Yeah, thumbs up. And so you've missed a huge opportunity. The safest, easiest, simplest thing you can do is go out today, find two people, and leave a comment on their post that adds to the conversation. Right? Maybe this post. And they'll say, oh, I really enjoyed watching what you had to say, Ganesh. I had a question because I saw that you got a chance. What did you see at the conference?